Yeah, man. What y'all boys got going today, man? You know what I'm talking about? Snacks on Sports. I'm back with another one. You know what I'm saying? I'm back with another one, man. And yeah, man. Hey, your boy, man. Your boy Draymond Green, dog. Service, safety. Check this out, bro. Check this out. Hold on, y'all. My fault. Just trying to get a little situated. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So, Snacks on Sports, man. I'm back with another one, and what must be turn it off. Are you sure you want to? Yes. So my bad. I'm in this, new Tesla. I'm trying to get it all worked out here, man. Snacks on Sports. All bullshit aside, man. I'm back with another one. This gonna be a little quick, fun one, real quick. Draymond Green. This boy on a world tour right now. You know what I'm saying? So, and this topic right here is the in the sporting news cycle. This has kind of passed its time. You know what I'm saying? This was more of last week's news, but y'all know how I do. Y'all know how we do on Snacks on Sports. I talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about when I want to talk about it. I don't give a fuck for some shit that happened 5 years ago. If I want to talk about it right now, that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. So I'm a little late to the party with this topic, but I don't give a damn. Y'all know how we do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna like I said on the last couple one, I'll let everybody else get a little spiel about what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying? And then once y'all done, talked all about it and tired yourself out from talking about it, then I'll come and give y'all niggas some real motherfucking hood, you know what I'm saying, hood commentary, man. You know what I'm talking about on this sport. So Draymond Green been making the rounds. You know what I mean? We all know this. The boy got a big ass mouth. Okay. Now, and like I said, I'm a Warrior fan. I love Draymond to a certain extent. You know what I mean? I don't love everything that he says. I definitely don't love his affiliation with LeBron James. Fuck the bitch. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Not nothing personal. Just, hey, it just, me and LeBron got something going on. You know what I mean? We got a little beef going on that only me and him know about. You know what I'm saying? So it just is what the fuck it is. But love Draymond Green outside of that. And, the Warriors just won the championship. So you ain't going to get no bigger shit talker throughout the summer, especially after, the Warriors have been counted out after these past few years since KD left. So I understand Draymond Green, he on his world tour right now. He letting it be known that, hey, we motherfucking champions. You bitch ass niggas didn't think it was gonna happen, but it motherfucking did happen. But in his, rants and all his talking that he been doing, he been saying a lot of erroneous, bogus ass shit at the same time. One of the things that caught my mind, that caught me and caught the basketball sports world, took us aback over this past week, is some tweets that this man put out last week, where he basically came out and said that, he said that he was watching some classic games. He was watching the 1998 NBA Finals, probably on NBA TV or some shit like that. And he basically tweeted that it's dumb to compare eras. It's stupid to compare eras, right? Which I do somewhat agree that not necessarily that it's stupid, but you're never going to get a full answer. You know what I mean? But the reason why I say, you're never going to get a full answer because it's different eras. These teams are never going to play one another. So we'll never really officially know who would win what in what era. You know what I'm saying? But it's fun to do. So, and the reason why I say I don't but at the same time, why I don't all the way agree is because even though the reason why I say it's not, the reason why I say I agree with him, but I don't think it's all the way stupid, is because that's what we do. As far as you can't compare teams of different eras because the game is different and all that, but you can take the best player or players or team or teams from whatever era and just have fun with it and just say who you would think would go, would win or whatever. But in saying that it's dumb to compare eras. Right after that, he compared eras. So he said it was dumb to compare eras, and then went on ahead to say how the 2017 Golden State Warriors, and everybody know I'm a Golden State Warriors fan, but said that the 2017 Golden State Warriors would, seeing how in him watching that classic game or that classic series, whatever game he was watching, whether it was game 5 or 6, he came to the conclusion that the 2017 Warriors would beat the 98 Jordan Bulls by 20 and the 98 Utah Jazz by 40. Draymond Green, you must have fell above your motherfucking head, boy. You must have did that. You know what I'm saying? I did a show last week or a couple weeks ago when I said that this man must have fell and bumped his damn head. So he just keep falling and bumping that motherfucker. I mean, I'm surprised this nigga ain't got a damn concussion by now. Much as he falling and bumping his damn Abdullah Ablam damn gotta. Okay? Because to say some dumbass shit like that. Now, I damn near don't even want to talk about the Bulls. You know what I mean? And what he said about beating Jordan's Bulls by 20. Because that's just some bozo shit. It's just dumb to fucking talk about. But I am going to talk about it. But I'm going to focus on the Utah Jazz first. This nigga said that the 2017 Warriors would beat the 98 Jazz by 40 points, right? You was a dumb son of a bitch. Now, bro, see, we forget how dope these teams are. You know, everybody think that whatever happened, whatever's going on right now is the best to ever go, the best thing to ever happen. And that's just not the fucking case. Like, bro, I'm in my late 30s, bro. I seen Michael Jordan play. I watched those NBA finals in 1997 and 1998, okay? If the Utah Jazz don't run into Michael Jordan, they're two-time champions. Period, point blank. Okay? There's no shame in losing to Michael Jordan. So just because they lost, that don't mean any team just gonna be able to just run over them. Like, bro, Karl Malone, and see, this is the part where, because to me, I'm a fan that it is all about the rings with me. I'm sorry. I know them all. A lot of motherfuckers that's fans of certain players that, either don't have as many rings as they think they should or don't have rings at all, it's starting to be, it's not all about rings. And bitch, yes, it is. That's all the fuck it's about. You know what I'm saying? Get your money, win championships. Now, I understand, it's cool to put up stats and all that shit, bro. Nigga, how you become a legend, you gotta fucking win. Look at Steph Curry now. Just with that, he didn't need to get this fourth for me, but just with this fourth ring, now we got motherfuckers talking about this nigga's the second greatest player of all time, Bobby Marks. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that right now, per se. You know what I'm saying? He ain't, but Steph is my favorite player. But this is what happens when you win. Okay? When you win, you're going to have people to start making arguments for you like that. So now, going forward, these niggas keep winning. He just going to keep moving up, on the ladder. So it is about the rings. When you are as great as a Steph Curry, as a LeBron James, as a Michael Jordan, as a Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird, Tim Duncan, when you that great, it's about the rings, bro. So it's about the rings. So, with that being said, Karl Malone, when I was coming up, okay, if he wasn't the best power forward in the league, he was the second best, behind Charles Barkley. Okay, Charles Barkley and Karl Malone are two of the greatest players in NBA history, bro. They top 20 right now without rings. If either one of them is got one ring at least. If Karl Malone had at least one ring with the Jazz, I know he almost got that one with the Lakers at the end too. But that would have been more of a it still was a ring. It would have been a ring, but it wouldn't have been the same as if he would have did it with the Jazz in his prime and shit like that. But if he get a ring in his prime with the numbers that he put up in his career, maybe one, I don't know if one ring would put him in the top 10, but he would damn near be close because of the fact that, bro, you guys got to remember and understand, Karl Malone, before LeBron James just passed him this last year, in his 19th year, Karl Malone is the second all-time leading scorer in regards to points in NBA history, my nigga, behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's in third now because LeBron James just passed him this past year. Okay? Think about that. Okay? The second basically means now I know that's a counting stat because you're talking about total. You know what I mean? But basically what that's saying is he's the second greatest scorer. He was the second greatest scorer of all time. Now, obviously, Michael Jordan or Wilt Chamberlain are the two greatest scorers of all time. But I'm saying to be number 2 all time behind Kareem, from the time he retired in 2004 up until 2022, that's 18 years. You know what I'm saying? So this is who Karl Malone was. John Stockton. Okay, the all-time leading assist leader by a margin. They say some records won't be broken. That's never being broken. John Stockton assist record, having the all-time assist and being the all-time assist leader in NBA history, it will never be broken. Never. It's not going to happen. Okay, he's too far ahead. You have to play way too long and like, you know how many assists, I don't even know off the top of my head how many he got, but I know he thousands above who's second, which I believe is Mark Jackson, and Magic Johnson is third. Now Magic Johnson is the greatest point guard of all time. Right now he is. Some people will put Steph Curry there now. Just like I said, when you win, he got number 4. That's still one behind. Now I'm not gonna put Steph. Steph is my favorite player. If I said this before in the past, if I am picking a team, an all-time team, I'm Steph Curry is going to be my point guard, but that's on my own personal team. But out of respect for Magic, the fact that he got 5 rings, okay, and he's fucking Magic Johnson, and Steph Curry's only got 4. You ain't even matched the nigga yet. I can't put him ahead of fucking Magic Johnson yet. It don't matter how much of like I think that how much of a favorite player that he is. I can't put him above. I gotta be fair. I can't, I can't be that much of a fucking ball licker. You know what I'm saying? To just put the nigga, way up there, and you ain't even got more rings than Kobe or Magic. But as far as point guard, Magic Johnson is the greatest point guard of all time. But John Stockton, as far as pure point guard, now obviously I would, on my all-time point guard list, I got Magic Johnson ahead of John Stockton. I got Steph Curry ahead of John Stockton. I got Isaiah Thomas ahead of John Stockton. But not by a lot. Okay, I have to put Isaiah ahead of John Stockton because he got 2 rings. But without those 2 rings, to me, they right there. Not no more. Now, it depends. It's all John Stockton was the white boy. Isaiah Thomas, that's Zeke. You know what I mean? He had the handles. He had, probably upon the eye test. You know what I mean? I would, most people would say Isaiah Thomas was a better basketball player even without the rings. I would probably say that too. But I'm saying as far as in the NBA, John Stockton was right there. Now that's the part where the rings matter, but that's the only thing to me that separates Isaiah Thomas from John Stockton as far as NBA career. It's a big thing. It's a championship. So it's very important. But I'm saying outside of that, John Stockton is right there on that same level with Isaiah Thomas. So I'm saying this to put it into perspective. When Draymond Green is blabbering off at the motherfucking mouth because he feels so fucking high and mighty because the Warriors just won the championship. It's some shit. You talking too damn much when the fans of your own team think that it's a nigga that wants you to shut up and you talking too much. Like, I'm a Warrior fan. I'm a Draymond Green fan. And I feel like the nigga talking too much because it's one thing to do your shit talking. Okay, do your shit talking, but now you starting to get disrespectful. You just starting to bro. Karl Malone was a motherfucking mammoth down there. That was a man. Yeah. That was a beastly ass nigga down there. Go ask Isaiah Thomas, and he didn't just do it to Isaiah Thomas. Karl Malone was that nigga was a mean motherfucker down there, okay? You gonna catch all type of elbows. You gonna catch all type of shit down there. Fucking with that boy, with that man. So for Draymond Green to just be like, we would have beat them by 40. No, you wouldn't have. Jordan didn't even beat them by 40, nigga. Like, what is you talking about, bro? What the fuck is you talking about? Like, you have a hard time enough with LeBron James. You think you're going to beat Michael Jordan? Come on, man. Like, what is this nigga? Well, I posted that shit on Facebook. I said, new media is smoking some new crack. That's what the fuck going on. Now, like I said, he high and mighty right now. He on the high. They champions. But goodness gracious, brother. Like, don't do that, man. Don't just disrespect the Utah Jazz like that. Talking about you would have beat them by 40. Nah. I don't agree with that. I don't agree now. I'm a little older than Draymond Green. I got a few years on him. Maybe he didn't, I was a kid watching him. So maybe he wasn't old enough to, see, I know, obviously Draymond Green is a very smart player. You know what I'm saying? He's a smart man. So I'm not, but I'm saying I watched him live. You know what I mean? Growing up playing basketball as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So I know what the fuck they represented and what they was. They wasn't just no chopped liver, fam. That was Stockton and Malone over there. You know what I mean? Probably the greatest tandem in NBA history. I know all motherfuckers, what about Jordan Pippen? What about Shaq and Kobe? I understand. I'm just saying they one of the greatest tandems in NBA history. I don't give a damn about them not having no championship. They went to back-to-back finals. If they didn't run into Michael Jordan, they would be 2-time champions. Just like how the Houston Rockets got them 2 rings because Michael Jordan retired. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If Michael Jordan would have stayed retired, it would have went 94, Rockets, 95, Rockets, 96, Jazz, Supersonics, 97, Jazz, 98, Jazz. Yeah, that's what the fuck would have happened. Because the Supersonics lost to the Bulls in 96. You know what I'm saying? They just lost because they ran into Michael Jordan. It's no shame in losing to Michael Jordan, bro. He's the greatest fucking basketball player of all time. Like, I mean, it's just, I mean, it's no shame in that. You know what I'm saying? It was just bad timing. You know what I mean? They was good, the Jazz and the Supersonics and all the teams that ran up against Michael Jordan. It was just a bad time. You know what I mean? Because once he finally got to the mountaintop, that was a wrap. That was it. Wasn't nothing else moving, bro. Wasn't nothing else moving. So, that's why it befuddles me when these niggas trying to put LeBron James ahead of this nigga when it's all type of niggas that got rings on this nigga watch. How do fucking Steph Curry got 4 rings, bro, on LeBron James watch? How? You supposed to be the greatest player of all time, little ass Steph Curry? Come on, man. Stop it. This man ain't no fucking greatest of all time, man. Fuck is you niggas talking about? Anyway, so this is just the Utah Jazz portion of this episode that I'm talking about. I ain't even got to the Bulls yet. You know what I'm saying? So you not beat. I don't give a damn. Motherfucker talking about because they got because the 2017 Warriors that was Steph, KD, Clay, Draymond, Iggy. You know what I mean? Loaded. Okay, yeah, that's one of the. Y'all want to say that's one of the greatest teams of all time. I'm not gonna say that they weren't, but I prefer the 2015 or the 2022 Warriors over the 17 and 18 teams. That's just me. I like those ones better. They all count, you know what I'm saying? But I like the ones without KD better. I'll even take the 2016 Warriors, the 73-9 team that lost in Game 7 of the Finals, before I take that 2017 team. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, though. Y'all can say whatever the fuck y'all want to say. That's just me. Okay? Now, that 2017 Warriors team was a great team. Okay, they won 67 games. They only lost 1 game the entire postseason. They swept the first 3 rounds. Swept them. They just swept up. And then they lost Game 4. They almost swept the fucking whole fucking playoffs. But they lost Game 4 to the Cavs after being up 3-0. They said, let's give them one. You know what I'm saying? Before closing they bitch ass out in 5. And then got swept the next year by him. But y'all talking about this nigga is the greatest of all time. This nigga got swept by it. This nigga didn't win 1 game. LeBron James didn't win 1 game in 2018. Not 1. You supposed to be the greatest of all time and you can't win, at least just get 1 game? So, you feel me? But bro, they want to make this comparison about 3-point shooting and this and that because 3 is more than 2. You know, and Draymond is talking about, the way they play. Well, what's the way they play? For one, you just said it's dumb to compare the eras, and now you comparing them. So who's the dumb, stupid motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? So, like, if we're going to do this, and we're going to do the 2017 Warriors against the 98 Jazz or the 98 Bulls, okay, you got to say, okay, what era are we playing in, right? So if we playing in this era, bro, like the part I agree with Draymond, that's stupid about it is that you're not just taking a player or a team and just dropping them in an era, in any era. If you want to take the 98 Jazz and put them in this era, you got to take into consideration that they're going to play like a team from this era. Similar to, that's the reason why I don't agree when anybody say, well, Steph Curry couldn't have played in the 80s and the 90s. He would have gotten beat. That bullshit. Any great player, any all-time great icon, pantheon player could have played in any fucking era. Any one of them. Okay? Because if Steph Curry would have came up in a time where he would have to play in the 80s and 90s, that's what his game would have been modeled after. Like that, like he would have adapted. You're not taking the Steph Curry from 2018 and putting him in 1988. It don't work like that. If you're gonna put him in 1988, you got to take into consideration and say, okay, you're taking the 3-point shooter that he is and putting him in 1988. Not even just a 3-point shooter that he is. You're taking the player that he is. You putting him in 1988, and you're saying that he's going to be a more tougher player. He just is. Otherwise, he wouldn't. So he could play in that era. You know what I mean? Just like an older player could play in this era, because they would be able. You adapt to your times. You know what I'm saying? Or however the game is played when you playing it. So, I'm saying if we're gonna take the Jazz and put them in, in today's time, you got to assume, okay, Jeff Hornacek, he's going to be able to shoot threes, like he was able to shoot threes then, but he would probably be even better, okay, because of the era. John Stockton was also a solid 3-point shooter. He would be better, okay. Along with everything else that they was. Karl Malone, he wasn't a 3-point shooter, but he was a great shooter. He got a lot of his points down low, but he got a lot of his points from, some jump shots, some elbow shots from the free throw line, banking it off the, off the backboard. You know what I mean? So he was a good shooter. So he would have been able to step out a little farther and shoot it. You know what I'm saying? So to say you would have beat them by 40, like Draymond, you would have had a problem with Karl Malone down there, brother. Yeah, you would have had a problem with him for sure, though. You know what I'm saying? Like you the same problem that you have with Nikola Jokic, you would have had the same, if not more, of a problem with Karl Malone, because that nigga was beastly down there. So I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this notion. I don't agree with this notion that I don't agree with this notion that you would have beat you beating the Jazz by 40 points because of and I know you must that's it. You don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm an NBA player. You not this and that blah blah blah. Bitch, I play back. I know the fucking game. Just because you in the motherfucker. What I don't know about the NBA, I don't not know basketball. What I don't know is the NBA. See, you know all the ins and outs and do's and all the intricacies about being in the NBA, playing in the NBA because you're in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? But when we talking about basketball, can't nobody tell me nothing that I don't know about basketball. I know the fucking game of basketball. What I don't know is the intricacies about the NBA because I never played in it. You know what I'm saying? So just like Draymond can't tell me nothing about my job, or because that's not what he do. He can't tell me nothing about making no beats. You know what I mean? Now he can have an opinion on certain things. But you know what I mean? Basically, what my point is that I know the game of basketball. There's a difference between knowing the game of basketball, but not knowing the NBA. Okay, and I don't mean I don't know the NBA. What I'm saying is, if I work for a certain job and you don't, I can tell you more about this job than you. You know what I'm saying? Because I work there. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I'm saying, that, he works for the NBA. But I'm talking about when it comes to the game of basketball, yeah, nah. So I'm saying that to say, I don't know, I wonder what he's looking at and what he sees in the game, in whatever game he's watching, that would make him think that, that would make him think that he would beat the Jazz by 40 or the Bulls by 20. Like, what is he seeing there? You know what I'm saying? Because, do you think you just got an advantage just because the Warriors move the ball and everybody touches the ball and the offense and that type of player movement and all that type of shit? Because if that's the case, you do know that all 6 of the Bulls championships were won by them playing the triangle offense, right? Triangle offense, everybody touched the fucking ball. That was the whole point that Steve Kerr and Tex Winter wanted to do, was because Tex Winter's offense was not Steve Kerr, Phil Jackson. Okay. My bad. I forgot to say this at the beginning of this live. I should have said that. I just got a notification on my phone that just reminded me. But I should have said this before. But RIP to Bill Russell. You know what I'm saying? We just lost Bill Russell today. Legend. There's nothing else. I don't need to say nothing about Bill Russell. Y'all know about Bill Russell, who Bill Russell is. But, man, lived a life that, any man would envy. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. So I just want to say that RIP to rest in peace to Bill Russell. Much respect. Yeah, the legend. But yeah, so I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Forgot where I was at. But yeah, where the fuck was I at, bro? I can't go back. Y'all remind me what the fuck I was saying. But yeah, just, Draymond is just, he really feeling himself right now. And I understand part of it is he's setting up his career after basketball. He got his, he got the podcast and all that shit. So he knows that he gets it now. Like I said, he's a very smart individual, you know what I'm saying? But he knows that when he says these things, tweets these types of things, that it's going to get a reaction. It's going to get, people to talking and all that type of stuff. So part of him saying what he's saying is the fact that, he's just trying to, generate content and stuff like that. But the other part of it is I truly believe that he believed what the fuck he's saying. And to me, you just feeling yourself a little bit too much, brother. Okay? Because the Jazz in the 90s was a problem, bro. Those Jazz teams were basically what the Phoenix Suns were the last couple years, except for, they got to the finals in back-to-back years. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you guys know how great the Phoenix Suns were in the regular season these past 2 years. They was the best team in the league, by far. That's what the Utah Jazz were at that time, except for they actually got to the finals and had a real chance of winning. It's just Michael Jordan was better. Okay, now I understand Phoenix got there last year and they lost to the Bucks, but when they got up 2-0, I still felt like the Bucks was going to win the series. I said, I got the receipts. You know what I mean? It's on Facebook, so and Twitter. I said after the Bucks lost 2 games in a row, in games 1 and 2, I said the Milwaukee Bucks is about to win 4 straight. I just felt like that's what they was gonna do, and that's exactly what they did. So after the Phoenix Suns won game 2, that was the last game they won. I did the same thing this year in the finals. Once the Warriors went down 2-1, I said we finna win 3 straight. The Celtics ain't winning no more games. I just knew that we were gonna win this series, bro. And I knew it wasn't going 7. Like, it's not going 7. So I thought we was gonna win in 5. But once we lost game 3, I'm like, all right, we'll win in 6. You know what I'm saying? We'll win in 6. So the Utah Jazz at that time was not to be played with. Karl Malone was the MVP of the league that year, I believe, in either 97 or 98. One of them years, he was the MVP of the league. Okay. So he was the MVP, bro. Sure, you could have gave it to Jordan, but he was the MVP. So because of the type of season that he had, like Karl Malone he was like Draymond, bro. I'm sorry, you wouldn't have wanted no parts of Karl Malone, the mailman. Yeah, he was beastly down there, bro. Like the mailman was not to be just shoved to the side, just like he was just like, come on, man. Like, and the thing with me is like, it's like Draymond, you didn't have a very good finals, bro. Like, Steph Curry put the team on his back. Okay, the second best player in the finals was Andrew Wiggins. Okay, so. And the second best player overall in the playoffs for the Warriors was Andrew Wiggins. Third would probably be a tie between you, Clay, and Jordan Poole as far as who was the third best player. But I just say that to say, bro, you talking like on some real shit, and I know Steph wouldn't do it, but he talking like he's Steph Curry. Like, Steph Curry should be the person talking like he's talking right now. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, but we all know Steph ain't gonna talk like that. But I mean, you talking like I understand, yes. Now I understand that do the Warriors have 4 championship rings without Draymond Green? I would say no. Okay, but there's a difference between they have a shot at it. You got no shot without Steph Curry, none. You a lottery team. So that's the difference. It don't mean that he's a very important part to this dynasty, but in particular, this last championship run, brother. You was just okay, my nigga. I mean, Steph put the team on his motherfucking back. Yes, he had help. You gotta have help. You know what I mean? Jordan Poole did his thing. Andrew Wiggins did his thing. Clay done his thing. And Draymond, you participated and did your thing. GP2 did his thing. Kevon Looney did his thing. So yeah, you gotta have contribution from the whole team. But I'm saying Steph Curry put the team on his back, though. Especially in the finals. So you're doing all this talking, Day, like you was the reason for the championship. Like, you put the team on your back and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just disrespect. It just seems it's a little bit disrespectful. So I just wanted to put that out there about the Jazz. You know what I'm saying? The Utah Jazz, like I said once again, if they don't run into Michael Jordan in 1997 and 1998 in the NBA Finals, they're back-to-back champions. It's just that fucking simple. They were the only team that was better than them was the Chicago Bulls. And that's only because they had Michael Jordan. Okay? So, you know, it is. So, Draymond just talking out the side of his motherfucking neck. I'm not finna let these new motherfuckers, and Draymond ain't new, but I mean, new as far as this era, but as far as compared to, other eras. But I mean, he's been in the league for 10, 11 years now. You know what I'm saying? He's in his early 30s now. He's what, 31, 32? So he ain't no spring chicken. So you would think that, knowing how hard it is to win championships, he talking like it's easy. Like, this shit ain't easy, bro. I know he knows that, but I'm saying he's talking so dismissive of other championship teams like it's easy. You know what I mean? So, no, you're not beating the 98 Jazz by 40 points. You're not doing it. If Michael Jordan didn't do it, you for damn sure ain't gonna motherfucking do it. You know what I'm saying? So, but Karl Malone and John Stockton, and they had one of the greatest coaches of all time, Jerry Sloan. We forget about that. They was tough. Jeff Hornacek, he was a dog-ass nigga at that time, okay? Brian Russell, whatever the fuck. I think they had Antoine Carr, Shannon Anderson, I believe. Like, they had a solid team, bro. You know what I'm saying? They had a solid team, but led by Stockton and Malone, two of the greatest players in NBA history. So no, Draymond, you're not beating them by 40, and I'm not finna just let you just shove them to the side like that, talking about you ain't. It's dumb to compare eras, then compare eras, saying one of the teams from this era will beat a team from that era by 40. Fuck out of here with that shit, nigga. Because it fell and bumped your motherfucking head, boy, like I said. You sound like a dumb bitch. So that's just what the fuck that is. Now let's move on to the meat and potatoes. I know y'all might say, if that wasn't meat and potatoes, what the fuck was? No, the meat and potatoes is motherfucking Michael Jordan. Boy, you talking about you gonna beat a Michael Jordan-led team by 20 points. Dog, you ain't beating Michael Jordan by nothing, brother. Like, Michael Jordan is the ultimate, my nigga. He's the ultimate. Like, all this shit about, like, Jordan, bro, when we watch these niggas today in the playoffs, in the postseason, and you get one of these great players that have a game or two in the series where they just awful and they just motherfuckers like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, that never happened to Michael Jordan. Yeah, like never. You know what I'm saying? Once he, like, I know it was well, what about this game right here where he was 7 for 28 shooting and this and that and blah, 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 blah. Did they win? And if they didn't win, he still didn't, like, my point being, Jordan never did not show up. He never didn't he never didn't show up. He was never not there. Like, Steve Kerr even said it. This is the coach of the Golden State Warriors. He even said, I've never played with a player that was always on, and don't want to say he never had a bad game, because, or like a bad shooting night or whatever, but he's basically saying he was always on and he always brought it. Nothing prevented him from bringing it. Not no sickness, not something going on with his family, not he tired, not no injuries or I'm hurt or nothing. If he was on the court, He was bringing it to your motherfucking ass. Period, point blank, bro. So what the fuck would this nigga see that would make him think that he will motherfucking be like, bro? I heard Chris Broussard say this, and it's the fucking truth, okay? Chris Broussard from FS1. Why should I believe that like Michael Jordan is 6-0 in the finals, never lost, 6 finals MVPs? So why should I believe that any other team is going to beat him? These motherfuckers done lost twice in the finals. The Warriors, 2016, 2019, to the Cavs and the Raptors. So I know you can say whatever the fuck. This person wasn't here, that person wasn't here, this person was injured, whatever the fuck. You lost. I don't give a fuck what the excuse was, you lost. And regardless of even if some of those excuses are valid or whatever, because I make some of those excuses for them sometimes. That's my team. But this should be further proof that I'm not just because somebody is my team, I'm just gonna just go with, oh yeah, Steph is the greatest of all time. Yes, the Warriors are the greatest team of all time. No. If it was true, yeah, I would say it, or if I truly believed it. But I grew up in the era of Michael Jordan, bro. I seen him. I actually seen him and watched the games with my own eyes. And I've been watching ever since. I ain't seen nothing like him since, nigga. Okay? It's been shit close. Steph Curry and some of the shit that he do is very Michael Jordan-like. Not as far as, I'm not talking about them being similar in players. I'm talking about the fear that Steph Curry puts in the opponent. You know what I mean? As far as, hey, you stay on this nigga. Put 2-3 niggas on that nigga. This nigga is a fucking problem. Okay? I'm talking about from that standpoint. Steph got some Jordan in him. Oh, for sure. He ain't Michael Jordan. Kobe Bryant. Okay? The closest thing I ever seen to Michael Jordan. Okay? He ain't Michael Jordan. Okay? So, that's my thing, bro. Like, bro, I've seen the Golden State Warriors lose the finals twice. I never seen Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls lose in the finals. So I'm gonna need some type of, I'm gonna need more than you just going back and just watching a game from 1998 and just feeling like they're playing slower or they're not as athletic or whatever, and comparing it to this era and looking at that and being like, oh yeah, we would have beat them by 20, just because the athletes now are bigger, faster, stronger type shit. Because that's really the only thing that you could be like. And I know if he heard me say he would, if he heard me say that, he would say, no, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. That's not what I'm thinking about. Well, tell us what the fuck you talking about, nigga. Because all I know is you talking about and watching these these teams and watching this game right now, you know what I'm saying? We would have beat them by 20 and we would have beat them by 40. What's making you, why do you feel that way? So, and so I post that, and then I got, my niggas on Facebook, that's Warriors fans like myself. That's like, oh, the 3 is more than 2 and this and that. But man, I don't give a fuck about that. For one, like I said, when you make a statement like that, what you're assuming is that Bulls team is not going to be able to adapt and shoot threes. You like, if we're going to do the crossing eras things, you have to pick what era you going to play in. Whatever era you choose to play in, whatever team is not from that era, you have to assume that they would be a team that would adapt to that era and be able to play the style of that era. That's the only logical thing you can do. You know what I'm saying? You can't if you want to just say you're going to take the 2017 Warriors and drop them into 1988 and they're going to be the exact 2017 Warriors, that it don't work that way. You have to say, okay, they're going to be the 2017 Warriors. They're going to be what they are, but they're also going to have the characteristics of a team from 1988 or the 80s or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You ain't just taking a team from a different era and just dropping them and just saying, oh, they're gonna play like the team that they really are. They're gonna play like the era that they from in a whole different era. No, you gotta say and assume that and put them in the context of they're gonna be just like all the other teams from that era. Okay, and then do your debate. So they would be so the Bulls would be able to shoot threes. They would have 3-point shooting in this era because you have to. And they had 3-point shooters. The Bulls always had 3-point shooting. Okay, whether it was B.J. Armstrong, John Paxson, Craig Hodges, Steve Kerr, and even a few more specialists that that they had, but those are the main ones that come to my head right now. BJ and Craig Hodges and Steve Kerr and John Paxson. Okay, so they had 3-point shooting. Michael Jordan hit a 3 or 2 in his day as well. Okay. So I'm banking on the fact that I seen Michael Jordan play. I never seen him once he got to the top, he was never dethroned. Versus and just how tough those teams were. Like, bro, y'all gotta understand, bro. On the perimeter, as defenders, okay, that team had Michael Jordan, who was one of the greatest defenders of all time. Think about that. Think about that. Think about what I'm saying, what I just said. Michael Jordan, who was widely known as the greatest player of all time. And when people get labeled as the greatest diss of all time, it's usually because of offense or what they can do offensively. Michael Jordan was also one of the greatest defenders of all time. Top 5 defender all time. If you ask me, he's top 5 all time. That's how great of a defender that he was. So you got Michael Jordan as a defender. You got Scottie Pippen, who was probably another top 5 defender of all time. And probably a better defender than Michael Jordan. May not be, but they both was right on each other. Now, and the reason why people might give Scottie Pippen the edge on that, even though he never won the Defensive Player of the Year award, and Michael Jordan did, was because I would say definitely the back half, but not just the back half, because he did it against the Lakers too in their first championship. But Scottie Pippen would a lot of times guard the offensive player on the opposing team that was the most potent or most of a threat. So if it was, like I said, in the Lakers series, where they won their first championship, he guarded Magic a lot. Okay. Mainly, a lot of times it was because Magic had his way in game 1, in which the Lakers won, which was their only win of that series. And so Phil put Scottie on Magic. Not that Michael couldn't guard him and get the job done, but Scottie was just a little taller, a little bigger, a little longer, you know what I mean, to be able to deal with Magic. So it worked. And Jordan was able to, do what he was able to do. But yeah, so but hey, whichever one you pick, them is two of the top 5 defenders of all time in my book. You know what I'm saying? I will put Bill Russell there. I will put Hakeem Olajuwon there also, and then that 5th one, probably got to be Dennis Rodman, Ben Wallace, something like that. But my top 5 defenders of all time would probably be, in no order. Jordan would be in my top 5 defenders of all time. Scottie Pippen would be in my top 5. Hakeem Olajuwon would be in my top 5 defenders of all time. Dennis Rodman would be in my top 5 defenders of all time. And Bill Russell would be in my top 5 defenders of all time. You know what I'm saying? And we got a whole bunch of other great defenders of all time. I ain't even mentioned Draymond Green, one of the greatest defenders of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Ben Wallace, Gary Payton. You know what I'm saying? Joe Dumars. Tim Duncan was a great defender. Kobe Bryant. So, and many, many more. Kevin Garnett. I can go on and on and on. So they got Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, 2 of the top 5 defenders of all time. Dennis Rodman. I don't even want to mention Dennis Rodman yet because I'm talking about on the perimeter. Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, and Ron fucking Harper. Stop sleeping on Ron Harper. Okay? He wasn't the Ron Harper that he was early in his career with the Clippers and all that, but that's not what he was. You don't need him to be that when you're playing with Michael Jordan and the Bulls. Defensively, he was one of that's a hellacious. That's a hellacious. And I understand, Scottie Pippen is technically front court because he was a small forward, but I'm just saying, let's just say perimeter defenders. That's a hellacious core, my nigga. I'm sorry. That's Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, and Ron Harper. They can defend Steph, Clay, and KD. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that you're going to just ultimately shut Steph, Clay, and Kevin Durant down. You may not shut them down, but you can stop them. Like, Clay, I'm sorry. Early Clay, and still is, but he's better now, but he's just catch and shoot. They just take the ball from his motherfucking ass. Like, straight up. Clay couldn't dribble like that. Clay, I'm not saying he couldn't dribble. Obviously, he could fucking dribble. He's in the NBA. I'm saying that's not what he did. Clay is straight catch and shoot, man, for the most part. I'm not saying that don't mean that I'm saying that he never, ever drove to the basket before. Yeah, he does it more now, especially since he returned from his injury. But even before then, yeah, he done it some. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying for the most part, we know Clay as, he's catch and shoot. That's where he make his hay. That's where he made his name. 60 points off 11 dribbles or some crazy shit like that. Remember that? So, yeah. But I'm saying the type of defenders that like I know basketball and I know this Warriors team. Okay? Clay would have had a hard time dribbling at all on any one of them motherfuckers. He wouldn't have been able to do it. Okay? He would have to pick the ball up and pass it to somebody else because they would have took it from him. Okay? They would have took it from Klay Thompson. They would have just took it from him. Okay? Steph, I believe that when I say this word, clamp, I don't mean like they would have totally shut him down. But, bro, like I said, I know this Warriors team. I've seen Steph, have games where he's been stopped to a degree. I've seen it. Okay? Y'all the ones that talk about, he don't show up in the clutch and he don't do this and he need this and blah, 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 which is all bogus shit. But I do feel like there has been a moment or two at times where I would have wanted him to come through a little bit more than what a player of his caliber has come through. I will admit that. Okay? So I'm saying when I'm putting it in, I don't think it's to the degree at all to what y'all niggas be trying to say. He obviously he got 4 rings, and he just shut that up anyway. You know what I'm saying? But it's never been to the degree that fans and some media or whatever has tried to portray it to be like he ain't clutch. How you ain't clutch with 3 rings, even before this last ring? How you? So, I mean, is it about being clutch or is it about winning? So if he's not clutch with 3 rings, what does it matter to be clutch then? What does it matter? Because y'all want to say, okay, Damian Lillard is clutch. Okay, well, how many rings do he got? So does it matter? So if he's a greater clutch, if he's a better clutch player than Steph Curry, being clutch must not get you a whole bunch. Because one got 3 rings, one got none, and now one got 4. But the whole Steph ain't clutch thing is bogus anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. But what I'm saying is, Steph at times had the type of game to where you could take him away if you do certain things or play a certain defense or throw 2 or 3 players at him. That's what I mean. Okay? Steph, for the most part, especially now, is unstoppable. But there was a time, even when, during those first few championship years, there was a time where you could take him away, by throwing a certain type of defense at him, or being a little bit more physical with him. You know what I'm saying? You remember the Raptors in the boxing one. He had a great series, but it was he wasn't as efficient. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think that either Ron Harper, Scottie Pippen, or Michael Jordan, it probably would have been Jordan guarding Steph. I think he would have clamped him. When I say clamp, I don't mean Steph would have had 3 points and shit. That's not what I'm saying. He would have probably still got his points or whatever, 20 point, whatever. But I'm saying it wouldn't have been as efficient. And the thing about it is Steph is the nucleus. He's the root of everything that the Warriors do offensively. So if you clamp him, everything else, it goes awry or array or whatever. And then the rest of the team is manageable. We've seen it. We've seen it happen. So, and KD, so now let's get to KD. We just seen what the Boston Celtics did to Kevin Durant, which is a similar type defense that like they was kind of physical, because you can only be kind of physical in the NBA now. You can't be as physical as it was I'm not throwing, that's not a shot. I'm saying that's just facts. It just is what it is. The NBA doesn't allow it. It's the same thing in the NFL. It's still physical. It's still a physical game, but it's not as physical. You can't do all that shit that you used to be able to do and knock a nigga head off. It's a penalty now. So it's similar in the NBA, okay? Some of the rule changes and things, you can't do certain things no more. So, So I say that to say that the Boston Celtics and what they just did to the Brooklyn Nets and Kevin Durant in particular, that was a form of, it wasn't even, like I said, it wasn't even a full version of it. That was just a form of what it was in the 90s. And I mean, I never seen Kevin Durant look like that at all. They got up in him. They got physical with him. He was rattled. He was discombobulated. He was bobbling the ball, turning it over, bricking shots, inefficient. I never seen. He was in his head. Even after the games and press conferences, you could just see he was fucking befuddled, nigga. He was rattled. Okay? So, if the Boston Celtics just did that to him, the 2016 Warriors, which they was up 3-1 on and ended up losing that series, what the Warriors did to him in games 5, 6, and 7, if they were able to do that, like, who's ever guarding Kevin Durant is going to give him some problems, whether it's Ron Harper, whether it's a Michael Jordan, whether it's Scottie Pippen, or whether it's Dennis Rodman. Stop fucking playing, Draymond Green. You're not beating the Chicago Bulls by 20 points, bro. You're not beating them at all. You're not beating them at all. You might get beat by 20, nigga. While you running your big ass mouth, this nigga, I just don't get it. And so it's disrespectful, bro. Like, be respectful to the ones that, just because you the NBA champion right now, bro, that like you're not the only champion in history, bro. Like, this nigga talking like they done won every championship and then we would have beat this team, that team, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Like, bro. Like, you're not Steph Curry, brother. Steph Curry is the reason for this, dog. Come on now. You talking out the side of your spelling bumps your damn head, boy. That's all I'm saying. You must have fell and bumped your shit, nigga. Talking about you standing on it. No, I mean, hey, stand on it then. But you standing on the island all alone by your motherfucking self because you sound like a dumb, stupid motherfucker. Talking about you would have beat the motherfucking Michael Jordan-led team by 20 points. And the Utah Jazz by 40. You's a stupid, dumb motherfucker. But I love you. I truly do. This just, back and forth. This is just a little banter, you know what I mean, I'm having with Draymond Green, back and forth. It is, it is what it is. That's still my nigga. I fuck with him, he family. But you're talking too much. You're talking too much, man. You know what I'm saying? Shut the fuck up sometime. You ain't beating no mother, because the more you talk, you're going to eventually say some dumb shit. You've been saying some dumb ass shit. You're not beating no Bulls team that's led by Michael Jordan, bro. You're just not doing it. Now, to me, another part of this that bothers me is because I feel like there's underlying motive here. Okay, and that underlying motive is LeBron James. For whatever reason, and this is, like I said, I don't know what it is. I fuck with Draymond. He's helped my team win 4 championships. But I don't like this LeBron James ball licking and dick sucking and swing set riding. These swing set placements on LeBron James nuts, man. I just don't get it. You know what I mean? So to me, it's like at every turn, he's downing Michael Jordan to prop up LeBron James, which I just don't get. And so that's another part of it that I feel like is there. For whatever reason, he wants to continue to push this narrative that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan. And I just don't get it. I mean, like I said, that's truly how you feel, whatever. That's truly how you feel. I can't stop you from feeling that way. But he been like, you going at Michael Jordan too much. You know what I'm saying? You're going at Michael Jordan too much. It's like the 3rd or 4th time this nigga is, referenced, Michael Jordan or, something, and that's what this is. This is a referendum on him thinking or saying or believing that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan or should be ranked higher than Michael Jordan, whatever the case may be. You know, I even heard him one time, even, you know, he one of them niggas that like to take it off the court and say, yeah, Michael Jordan ain't never, you know, like talk about Michael Jordan ain't never stepped up and said nothing about black. Man, please shut that shit up, bro. Shut that shit up. Just stop it, bro. That's when they start telling you niggas, listen, shut up and dribble, bitch. Just shut up and fucking dribble. Cause you not, your teammates follow after you in how you lead them on the court. We not looking for our athletes to be leaders and you niggas ain't no fucking leaders, bro, like that. Y'all niggas act like y'all motherfucking Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Marcus Garvey and all that shit and Frederick Douglass, and y'all ain't nowhere, and Harriet Tubman, y'all ain't nowhere near not even 1 percentile of what them motherfuckers was. So that shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You want to bring up, because LeBron, nigga, that's what you supposed to do, you fucking gazillionaire, because LeBron James got a fucking school, but when he not the first one. Jalen Rose been had a school. Where his motherfucking press conference at? Why ain't nobody sucking his motherfucking dick? Talk about his school. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to do that, bro. That's what you're supposed to do when you got a fucking gazillion dollars. Help others. That's your duty. That's your obligation. You got to do that. You have to do that. You must do that. Otherwise, you're just a greedy son of a bitch. So yeah, it's a good thing he got his little school and all this, but don't try to use that to say that LeBron James was better than Michael Jordan. Like, everybody ain't fucking broadcasting everything they motherfucking doing all that shit. Michael Jordan was a basketball player. You think he ain't helped nobody and they ain't did nothing for nobody? I ain't got, like, everybody not looking to be patted on the back for what the fuck they done did. Okay, so kudos to your motherfucking school, LeBron James. But hey, other niggas got schools too. You ain't the only motherfucker to start a fucking school and shit. And anyway, hey, you should, like I said, you're supposed to do that. So don't bring off the court shit into an on the court argument. It ain't about all that. It's about that's what I'm saying. Y'all do all of this shit to prop this nigga LeBron James up, boy. Goodness gracious. All you niggas. Damn, Draymond Green, what the fuck is going on? He losing so bad in the GOAT debate to Michael Jordan. Y'all got to bring in off the court shit. Shit that ain't even got nothing to do with basketball. Oh, well, Michael Jordan never stepped up for Michael Jordan stayed in his motherfucking lane. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with a motherfucker, you know, choosing to, I'm not getting into the politics and this and that. I'm not, hey, Republicans buy sneakers too. Yeah, off top. I'm sorry. What the fuck you want me to, man? Listen, I'm not a politician, bro. I'm a basketball player. I don't give a damn. That don't mean I'm not doing this over here or giving money here or doing this, doing that. I don't mean I'm not doing that. Just because I see Republicans buy sneakers too. Yeah. So that's my business model. I'm a motherfucking businessman. So y'all niggas think, man, what do LeBron James do? This nigga tweet. Every time something happened, he tweet. And y'all niggas, oh, look at this statement. You're not doing nothing. You made a fucking tweet. You made a post. That don't help nothing, bro. If that's really helping something, why does shit keep on happening then? To where you got to even tweet about some shit. So don't tell me about because when a nigga get his head knocked off by the motherfucking police and a nigga tweet something about it and that mean he's standing up for the people and all this other shit. Half the time that nigga LeBron James be speaking up saying this shit, he be well uninformed. He said something about Brittany Griner. Come on, man. If I was her, I wouldn't even want to come back to a motherfucking America. Man, what type of dumbass shit is that, nigga? You sound stupid as fuck. Do my country. Nigga, that America, they not, bro, it's not America's fault, for one, okay? You over there with motherfucking vape pens and all this other, bitch, that's not America. You can't do all of the shit you do here all over the world. Yeah, cut your motherfucking balls off. Cut your head off, cut your titties off, cut your feet off. You can't do all that. Nigga, other countries really got motherfucking structure and shit that you can't do. That's why they ain't got all these motherfucking mass shootings and all this other shit. You can't just go in some shit and just buy some shit just because, nigga. But in America, hey, just let a motherfucker free willy and nilly do whatever the fuck they want to do. Shooting up schools and churches and grocery stores and public, I mean, just all type of shit, bro. America is getting this karma, is getting back this is what it is. When you want to let it be the motherfucking wild, wild west and let everybody just run amok and do whatever the fuck this is what happens. So, but I'm saying that to say, don't bring in off the court shit into on the court argument, an on the court conversation. Just because you know you can't win an argument when it's just strictly on the court basketball. So now you want to bring in all this whole other shit. Nah, don't do that. Nah, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it about basketball. Okay? So and the only other thing I'll say about that is, you know, like they got her all on the cover of Time and all this other shit. Yeah, okay, we want her to come home. That's all. I'm not knocking that. You know, we don't want her to be over, but it's other American prisoners that they got over there as well. Ain't nobody speaking up for them. Why y'all niggas ain't speaking up for all the American prisoners that they got chained up over there? Why it's only her? Because she a fucking WNBA player? Come on, man. Come on, LeBron. Come on, LeBron Luther King. Speak up for the other motherfuckers. Talking about she should nigga, she should want to get back here fast than a motherfucker. You sound dumb than a motherfucker, man. This nigga just be talking, man. And y'all be like, such a profound statement. Man, that nigga ain't said the only profound shit that nigga say is when that nigga make erroneous ass statements talking about, yeah, you know, that moment in 2016, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, when that happened, yeah, that made me the greatest of all time. That's the only profound statement that nigga ever made. Because he was bogus and dumb than a motherfucker. Talking about you better than Michael Jordan. Shut your bitch ass up. Bitch, you ain't even better than his brother Larry Jordan. How the fuck you better than Michael Jordan, nigga? Fuck out of here, nigga. So, you know, Draymond, you know, that's another part of it to where I feel like is you know, he trying to prop up LeBron. I know even LeBron James probably like, damn, my nigga. I mean, you on my dick too hard, nigga. You be complimenting me too much, nigga. This the same nigga during the season last year that just said, yeah, well, LeBron James, yeah, sorry, Steve Kerr and Bob Myers, but when LeBron James break this record, you know, the all-time points record, you know what I'm saying? When he break Kareem record, yeah, I'm gonna be in attendance. You know what I'm saying? If we got a game, so what? I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be watching him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be in attendance. Yeah, I can't miss that. Nigga, what? You sound like a straight up bitch. Period, point, motherfucking blank, nigga. Ain't no other way to slice it. That's some hoe ass shit. And then gonna try to walk it back once his reaction wasn't. Once the reaction wasn't, because he thought everybody else was gonna suck this nigga dick too. Yeah, that's a real friend. Yeah, he gonna be in attendance. Yeah. Nah, niggas was like, nigga, what? Fuck you talking about? That's some bitch ass shit you just said. Then you want to walk it back and interview Steph Curry talking about, yeah, man, anybody that thought I was serious, you know, they just don't know. Nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga. You was serious as a motherfucking heart attack, nigga. You was serious as fuck, nigga. So I don't want to hear that shit, nigga. When that nigga passed the record, nigga, you gonna be sending tweets, all that shit, sucking this nigga dick the whole night, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that's sad, bro. Want to talk about in 2016, back then, Steph Curry didn't know how to get a bucket. That's why we had to go get Kevin Durant. but ain't talking about your bitch ass and the fact that your ass got suspended. You got your motherfucking self suspended and missed game 5, which altered the motherfucking series. Talk about that. Yeah. Talk about that, nigga. Or talk about the season in 2020, you know what I'm saying, when Steph and Clay was hurt and KD just left and your ass was the only one there and you didn't want to play that year. That was the time for your ass to show and prove. But what the fuck happened? But you want to sit up there and talk about Steph Curry and what the fuck he couldn't do right after he just won his 4th championship, proved to all the naysayers that they was motherfucking wrong the whole motherfucking time. Then you want to come out 2 weeks later and say that shit because you on your motherfucking high horse acting like you really did some shit, nigga? Nigga, you didn't play good in the finals. Nigga, you came out and admitted, nigga, they was in your head in Boston. The niggas was in your head. So Steph Curry overcame for you, bitch. You owe that nigga all the respect, and you owe that nigga apology for that shit you said. You dumb motherfucker. Talking about Steph Curry couldn't get a bucket. A unanimous MVP, 30 points a game. Can't get a bucket. Stupid son of a bitch. So, yeah, this nigga been saying some erroneous ass shit, man. Some felonious ass shit. Bogus. Bozo-ish. You know what I'm saying? Shit that got me appalled. Flabbergasted. Flustered. You know what I'm saying? I just can't believe the type of shit he's saying. You know? You're talking too much, boy. So, that's basically it, man. But also, it is one last thing I wanted to touch on. But like I said, man, in closing on that subject, I just want to say that, yeah, you ain't beating the Jazz by 40, and you ain't beating the Bulls by 20. For one, you ain't beating the Bulls at all. Okay, I don't give a fuck if it's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, or 2022 team. Whatever, whichever team you want, you ain't beating the Bulls. So, and with the Jazz, you might not beat them. You know what I'm saying? You know, obviously I'm going to say, yeah, they will beat that team. But I'm just saying, how you just so dismissive and so disrespectful of the Jazz, I don't agree with that. Your arrogance would be your motherfucking downfall, nigga. You know what I mean? Thinking you coming into a game thinking you going to be the motherfucker by 40. And they punch your motherfucking ass in the face and you wouldn't know how to punch back. Because I'm telling you right now, nigga, Karl Malone was a motherfucking mammoth down there. I'm telling you right now, he was beastly, nigga. And John Stockton wasn't no motherfucking punk either. Yeah. Go ask motherfucking Gary Payton about John Stockton and how tough he was to play. Yeah, that was a tough son of a bitch right there. So, yeah, nah, man. Hey, it's just it's one of those things, bro, to where, you know, you talking at the side of your neck. And I understand you on cloud 9 because you just won a championship. But I mean, my nigga, you now I wanna see all this shit backed up this upcoming year. Cause you talking all this shit, yeah. I need to see all. I need to see all this backed up on the motherfucking court, nigga. Yeah. First of all, is your motherfucking ass gonna be able to stay healthy for the majority of the season? Worry about that first. Then once you worry about that, can you play consistent enough and be engaged enough throughout the motherfucking season to where you can have a defensive player of the year type season? Every year now you come into the league talking about you getting ready to be the defensive player of the year, and what happened? Your ass don't be the defensive player of the year. Now this past year, you showed that you are still, if not the best player in the league, if not the best defensive player in the league, still one of the best defensive players in the league. Okay, you probably would have won the defensive player of the year award this year had you not got hurt. I understand that. I'll acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same damn time, right now you're at the same damn time. At the same damn time, I just want to see all this talk be backed up. Then maybe niggas feel like it ain't got to be backed up. We backed it up by, hey, we got 4 rings. We ain't got to back shit up, bitch. You know what I mean? We can talk, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand that. That's, you know, But I'm just saying, you know, you gonna do all this motherfucking talk. Once you start, you know, worry about the niggas you playing against right now. Okay? Worry about them. You know. Worry about, you know, Karl Anthony Towns and LeBron James and Giannis and KD and you know, and Jokic, you know, Devin Booker and you know, worry about these players. You know, Ja Morant, and Kawhi Leonard, and you know, worry about all of these players, you know, Jason Tatum, before you start talking about what you would have did to Michael Jordan. Because everybody I just named, Michael Jordan would have bopped all them niggas on the head. Easy. Easy. Barbecue chicken, as Shaq would say. So, yeah, you know, that's all I want to say about that. You know, but there's one more thing that I want to address. There's one more thing that I want to address since I got y'all here. Yeah, you know, it's just a little, I got a little, you know what I mean? A little pimp right there. Not, you know, it ain't really, it's just, it was kind of, when I was touching it, it was kind of painful a little bit, so I just wanted to see what that was. A little hair bump or whatnot, you know what I mean? From a nigga been there. But, the last thing I want to address in Draymond Green is this contract situation he got going on, right? So it's not really a situation, but it was. I think it was The Athletic came out and reported that Draymond Green was going, you know, he is going to request a max contract. He can decline. He's going to be eligible on August 3rd or some shit to decline his option for not this year, but for next year, I guess. And request. We don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just saying. You know, they talking about basically. It's a report that came out that Draymond Green wants a max deal. So that's what I'm saying, bitch. You want a max deal? I need to see some max deal play in 22 and 23. 2022, 2023 season. You know what I'm saying? I need to see some max deal playing. Type play. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, bro. You talking about 35, 36, $37 million a year type shit. Come on now. What are we doing? You know what I mean? And then you doing that, you know, Jordan Poole up next. You know, Andrew Wiggins and shit like that. You know them young boys is up. And you want to talk about you want a contract, contract extension. I'm not mad. Hey, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad that you want you. I'm not mad at that. I'm really not mad at that. I'm just saying, like, you know, you can tell they're getting ready to, like, Joe Lacob is even though we, you know, this is the second part of our done. I think we're gonna win another championship or two. Okay. But you can tell that Joe Lacob is ready to soon start cutting the costs on paying, you know, on what he's paying in luxury tax. You know what I mean? To have all of these max players on his team. So to request to have I mean, like, you know, and it's going, you know, so it's going to be something like Jordan Poole, Wiggins, Clay, and Draymond are going to be up for new contracts. all of them ain't getting max deals, bro. All of them ain't getting big contracts. Somebody's gonna get left out, bro. Somebody's gonna get left out. Hopefully not. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, and that's the part, like I said, this is referring back to my statement earlier about the NBA. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's something I don't know. You know what I mean? Because I don't know the intricacies of contract situations and how everything works. I know a little bit about it just from hearing the media and, all that shit talk about it. But, you know what I mean? I don't know all that shit. Maybe it's something in there where they may be able to sign all of them to big contracts. Maybe not all of them max contracts, but maybe 2 of them max contracts and the other ones almost max or whatever. And they may be able to keep all of them. I don't know. But what I'm saying is I don't think that's going to happen. So somebody gonna be left out. So either somebody's gonna have to take a huge pay cut, or somebody gonna go to another team. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what we face with right now. So for this report to come out that Draymond is gonna request a motherfucking max deal and all this other shit, knowing that the bind that's gonna put Joe Lacob in the front office in, it's pretty not mad. Like I said, not mad that he's trying to get his money or keep getting your money. But we all might be wrong, okay? But most fans and media members feel as if this is just a pipe dream for Draymond. He ain't getting no motherfucking max deal. It's just not gonna happen. They're gonna have a nice bag for him, but they not gonna have no max contract for Draymond Green. Okay? And if he want to test the market to see if another team is willing to pay him a max worthy contract, there's the motherfucking dough. Yeah, there's the motherfucking dough, brother, because now at this point, everything from here on out is just icing on the cake. We done the bulk of the meat of our winning, of our era, of this Warriors dynasty. Like I said, I feel like it's another championship or 2 coming, but I'm saying most of it has already been accomplished now, especially with this last championship without KD, bookending KD before and after. So if Draymond wants to go some other place or whatever and finish out his career there and we move on and we're still a good team but maybe don't win another championship, it's fine. Because at this point, I'm good, bro. Now, I want the Warriors to continue to win and win more championships and all that, but I'm truly satisfied now. I was already good with the 3, but that 4th one just put the candle in the cake. It just put the nail in the coffin, especially for me. You know what I mean? There's nothing else for Steph to do. He finally got the Finals MVP. There's nothing else, except for to just keep adding on to the legacy. There's nothing else to prove. So there was nothing to prove before this, but there's definitely nothing. It's just a stamp on the fact that there's nothing left to prove. So going forward, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? If he stays and we win more championships, cool. If he leaves and we happen to still win a championship, cool. If he leaves and we don't win another championship, cool. If he stays and we don't win another championship, cool. It's all good. I'm good now. But you know what I mean? I've been in Draymond corner for the longest, still in this corner, but I'm just tired of all of it. At this point now, with us winning our 4th championship and us putting a cap on the dynasty, I'm not mad if he go to another team, if he goes somewhere else now, because he just talked too motherfucking much now. I'm not saying I want him to go to another team. I don't. I want to keep Draymond. I want Steph, Clay, and Dre to be lifelong Warriors. I don't want none of them to go nowhere. So I'm not saying I want Draymond Green to go nowhere, but I'm saying at this point, I wouldn't mind it because see, before I was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? But now I wouldn't mind it. Like I said, we done everything that we needed to do. It's official now. You know what I mean? And if he gonna make it to the point to where he want a max deal, and that's gonna boggle the team down because of it, and they don't feel like he's worth it, I'm not mad if he gone. I'm just not if he leaves. So that's where I'm at with that. You know what I mean? Now this may just be, this report may not even be true. You know what I mean? Maybe some bullshit. He may come out and be like, I never said that. I never said none of that shit. Yeah, I want to be paid again, but I never said I wanted a max deal and all that, Who wouldn't want a max deal? But, so who knows, man? Who knows? He may say, that he was bullshit, or he didn't say that. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about that. You know what I'm saying? It's not too much going on in sports right now, so they had to talk about it. So I'm talking about it. But the whole max contract thing, I'm not even tripping off that because that shit is going to take care of itself. They either got the money to pay him or they don't. If they got it and they feel like he worth it, they'll pay it to him. If they don't got it, they ain't going to be able to pay him. And then he going to have to make a decision. Okay, do I want to stay here for less money, go somewhere else and play, or retire? You know what I mean? So it just is what it is with that. But all in all, Draymond Green has been in the news media, in the news circuit, a lot this summer. You know what I mean? So, and another reason why I would be mad if he go is just because, like I said, I'll bring back up the LeBron James situation. I mean, it seemed like he want to play with him. So just go play with LeBron, bro. It's all good. Just go play with him. Just go play with him and Bronny and all that. And you can end off your career happily ever after with your big bro. You know what I'm saying? How that happened, I don't know. I'm not saying it's not to be cool or friends with motherfuckers. That's not what I'm saying. But you go overboard, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to know the pulse of your niggas, know the pulse of your family, know the pulse of your fan base. We don't like to hear all of the LeBron James bloviation, rhetoric, okay, and all the positivity. We don't like, because Warriors fans, I know there's some Warriors fans that respect him and this and that and blah, 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 blah. For the most part, we don't like him, okay, as a basketball player. Not nothing personally and nothing like that. I'm talking about on the court as a basketball player, okay? He's a nemesis, okay? He's an enemy. He's an op. That's who LeBron James is. So when you heap all this praise about this man, more than you do your own teammate, Steph Curry, who got as many rings as him, but he's supposed to be the fucking quote-unquote GOAT, it bothers Warriors fans, bro, because it's like, where's this coming from, bro? I'm not saying that you be his friend, but if you want to be his friend like that, hey, don't be so outward with your love for this nigga. That's where we have the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, y'all cool. That's fine. Be cool with the nigga. But it's like you trying to force him on us. You ain't gonna force him on us. Not on Warriors fans. Yeah, nah, fuck that nigga. Yeah, straight the fuck up and down. Now, we don't fuck with no LeBron James, bro. I don't give a damn. So, if you want to go play with him, and go play with his balls and all that. Hey, go over there, man, and go play with that nigga, man. It's all good. And when I say all this, I'm being sarcastic. I'm being funny. I don't mean, you know what I mean? I fuck with Draymond. But I'm saying, this is just how I talk. This is how we talk. I'm just giving y'all some entertainment. This is what it is. Don't mean no disrespect. I'm not trying to be niggas' friends and all that other shit anyway. This is how I talk, nigga. This is how we talk on Snax on Sports. You feel me? You're doing some bitch ass shit. We gonna call it out. We gonna say some bitch ass shit. So that's what the fuck it is. But yeah, man. That's pretty much what it is with that, man. Snax on Sports, man. I'm done. I just wanted to address that. I'll be back with another one soon enough. Still got to address James Wiseman. I've been wanting to do that motherfucking episode for like 7-8 months now, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I'm finally going to get ready to do it. Anytime in between now and the beginning of this next NBA season, which ain't nothing but about, 2 months away now, I'm gonna do the James Wiseman episode. You know what I mean? I know these all, but you done 2 more months. What's 2 more months? It already took me. If you go back and you've been watching, I've been mentioning I want to do something on James Wiseman, but like I said, damn, it's just the beginning of last year. So, like I said, you know what I mean? We going on 7-8 months. But yeah, though, man, Snax on Sports, I'm gone. You feel me? And yeah, yes, sir. We gonna do it like that.